here on Sunday afternoon in Albuquerque. Here is one scratch game for $1,000. Mountain Conference Invitational title match. Diego Lujan versus John Green. Both bowlers have 2 losses now in our triple elimination format, courtesy of Diego winning the last game. So one more for all the wheat. $1,000 on top, 500 per second, and triple points. JBT major title all on the line in this game. John started off with a strike. Diego starts with that nice 2-7 conversion. We'll see what happens. They bowled their last game on this pair. Diego won that game, but John, you know, it's one of those weird little quirks there. John lost that game by enough where he was able to try out a totally different line, and I mean totally different. It looked great. So we'll see if Diego can maintain his look, and we'll see if John's look is really as good as it appears to be so far. Being cryptic about it for just a second until John bowls again. Subdivision's already decided. Callista Fritz won her 7th girls title of the season over Kendall. And Gavin Finley, who's your U17 champion, will win over Gaius Tipton. Spare for Diego. So, John Green, as you'll notice very shortly if you've never seen him before, A, where were you? B, he bowls with his right hand, with 2 fingers in the right hand ball. Him and his Gumby wrist are very talented at going backup ball, which is perfectly fine, and he's not sticking with it. And he gets a tremendous break by rolling the 6. So that's how he normally bowls. The last 4 shots he threw were backup balls, which all went dead flush or light hit and carried. They all struck. I imagine he's going to throw a backup ball on this lane right, and he was giving the right-hand lane one more try righty. This is going to be a backup ball. No, it's not. Well, I give up trying to figure out what on earth he's doing out there. He went from the 9th frame of the last game to the 1st frame of this game with nothing but flush strikes. So what do? Of course, you throw it the opposite way, like you're bowling into a mirror. It's anybody's guess. He might kick the ball down the lane next time. We'll have to see if that's legal. My goodness. Well, if nothing else, this will be another mental test for Diego, because that's got to screw with your opponent's head too. Say, my God, he can do anything he wants. But if there's a mentally tough bowler, it is Lujan, as he has recovered from 2 losses in his first 3 games to get here. We already knew he was a tough match play bowler. He's trying to put an exclamation mark on that if he can come all the way back, which would be 7 wins in a row against invitational level competition. Take this title away. Trails by 21, can cut that to 11. Early on, he was still in the 4th frame. What a fascinating title match we suddenly have on our hands. And a beautiful double makes it even more fascinating. Game on, says Lujan. Well, let's see. With the remaining options for Green, he could use a house ball. He could kick it. He could pick somebody else. He could pick up Brantley and throw him down the lane. See what happens. Back to the righty. Now, and he trips out the 4th in for 4 in a row. In case that's why I say pick up Brantley. If you didn't watch first half, that's Brantley. That's all of them. Our 2nd place finisher over there. I hope we'll get a chance to talk to him on camera, John, that is. If not, we'll definitely get a chance to talk to him on camera. He's a fun kid. And a solid 9 and a real nice shot into the string at 4. But what did he see that made him stop doing the backup? And what good did he see out of a deteriorating look on the right side? This guy throws always righty backup.
Always.
What is he doing right now?
I don't know. He should be throwing it this way.
Thank you. There you go. We're all sitting here telling John what to do, and he's got front 4 and a spare. So my goodness. I don't know. Lujan is ignoring all of that static and just bowling his very good game. See that slowed down little pause at the end to get the timing back in rhythm. That timing looks perfect. He's just posting that follow through beautifully up there. Good shot, 6-pin stands. Would love to make that 3 in a row. He could have tied up the match with 2 strikes here. As it is, he's still right in this thing. He'll trail by 20 with the spare. Halfway through. Oh, hang on though. All right. Everybody went back here. We didn't realize he was going to throw that so straight. That looked like it might hook right off the way. He knows what he's doing. These guys, basically what we've learned so far is they know what they're doing. And we're just sitting back here figuring it out. Not figuring it out. See you soon. Sounds like a plan. People hitting the road. It's 5:30 on a Sunday night. Some of these guys from Arizona, Colorado, Texas, even California. Split the ball there, right? Yeah, 10 back there. On a very tough pattern, these guys look like they're able to find the 1-2 or the 1-3. I'm still not sure which. I am so amazed and impressed. So help me if he just throws a random backup ball in there in the middle of a close match. I just don't know. Oh, talented kids, modern bowling. Much fun as it ever was. These kids are having a blast. And John Green is having a blast, shredding racks back to back. Front 4, solid 9. Next 2 keeps all the pressure on Lujan here. John looks familiar and you're watching this and you can't quite place him. He was watching his good buddy Dio win that national title, about a month ago on TV. He got more camera time than Dio. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you see John in that spot some year in the future. Game on. That ball couldn't be thrown any better in the 1-2. Dio can make some noise. He can chirp it up with anybody, but he is this. He's staying within himself. And I think that's the right move right now because there is so much still to be done here in the 8th, 9th, and 10th. There's no need in going nuts right now. I don't think it'll be productive. Both bowlers doing thinking along those lines. Winner at Coal Creek in January. Shot 790 something to open the day yesterday on the easier pattern. Look out. Wow. Right of target the whole way. It's the worst shot he's thrown in quite some time. Lucky enough to leave only the 2-4. Man, I bet he wants that one back. I just figured this out in the scorecard. So he's got these little hearts up here. Those indicate losses, right?
Yeah, they lost lives.
Yeah, the 3 lives instead of 9. I just realized what was going on with that. Gotta have this spare. Oh, and he just scrapes over that 2-pin. That's funny. Diego's got room for 236. John pacing 238. That's with 9 spare strikes the rest of the leg. Strike here and remain clean, and he's a winner. Begging for it to push. Will he get lucky again? Oh, boy, I tell you. If he rolled the right side twice in this title match, that would have been very generous from the bowling gods, is what that would have been. As it stands, we still got a game. He'll lead by 22 if he converts that 10. Can't take those corner pins for granted. No problem at all. There's a little bit of Team Amarillo sticking around. There's one Zubia. The Zubias had the dubious 1-5 in match play today, but at least they got there, right? Yes. Green in the 9th. Oh! That did not that did not look that bad until the last second, and the maximum penalty could have broken up some of that, all of that. Instead, it's a Church on the spare, loses the count. Let's see what he decides to do scoreboard-wise as far as going for this. Takes the 3. That's probably the wise move. You've got to add so fast. And now it's 2:01 through 9. That's John's score. Here is Lujan coming up. He all of a sudden trails by only 5. Anybody's game, invitational title match. Wow. My goodness. These guys are all so dang good, you don't want to hand them a second chance. Can he take advantage? In the Knights, better. Oh, and that ball could have been anything from 4 through 10. He'll take 8 as it is and bring it down to a trailing by less than a mark heading into the 10th if he converts. Goodness gracious. Plastic ball, good form, no trouble. Larkin was more nervous than Diego on that one. He jumped out of his chair right in front of me. All right, 10th frame, Lucero trails by 9. Lujan trails by 9. Diego Lucero was a fantastic bowler in this conference for years, and I keep accidentally doing that.
If you heard me in your ear, I've been going, oh.
I've got to introduce you guys at some point to a generation thing. 10th frame. Crowd said get there. It does. Sucks that 7-pin off the decks. John has to match whatever Diego does here, basically. Diego can get this second strike. John will have to do the same. A good one to wrap up a great weekend. Here we go. That's got to get there. It did! And that was the right time to let out some emotion. He does a let's go baby, and absolutely just enough to tickle that 6-pin over on the light hit. Gets the double, and now it's important here that he gets 8 or more. That would force the double. If he gets 7, we've seen that once before today with Dimitri and Nathan. If he gets 7 here, that would bring up all kinds of tie possibilities. 6 or less, John wouldn't need the double. 8 is as good as 9 or 10.
Come on, ball. Hit it.
Fantastic finish for Lujan. He did his job. Now it's up to John Luke Green to do his job. He needs 23 pins to tie. The 3 is academic, a double in the 10th to win an invitational. Every bowler's dream. He likes it. Does not get there at the very end. Diego Lujan, 2.5 hours ago, was 1-2 and goes 7-0 the rest of the way to win the Mountain Invitational. Tough one for John. Oh, so close. Good sport, no surprise whatsoever. That was fun to watch. My goodness gracious. Well, invitational season off to a good start. We got 4 more of these in June alone. We'll do it all over again in Vegas next week.